about minerality in red wine. And Gevrey Chambertin is perfect for that. You have a tension, a minerality in Gevrey Chambertin that vibrates all the time. Nothing is like Gevrey Chambertin. Von Romanet will be more black, red rose petal. Gevrey Chambertin is more sharper, more precise. It's layers of finesse, like that. It's laser precise. That's what I like about Gevrey Chambertin. And Les Castiers, bizarrely, Les Castiers brings always that note of riper fruit. There is a note of a riper fruit, like when you do the fermentation and when it's almost the end of the fermentation and the berry, there is nothing left, and you get that smell that everything is ready, that ripes, and you get that always in Castier. So I found Castier always quite interesting because you can play around really well. So you can do food that is a little bit classic, old style, like the classic bœuf bourguignon, coq au vin, etc. But you can do roasted beef, you can do lamb, you can do things like that. Really, Gevrey Chambertin in general, to me, is one of the most complete wine and the easiest wine to match with food. You can even do a salmon with that, a grilled salmon.
Oh yeah?
Oui, because salmon has fat, all right?
Yes.
And here you have something that is right, so it's a contrast.
Okay.
Voilà, so it hits the fat of the salmon, and that's what we call a contrast.
Fantastic.
And Gevrey is super interesting with roasted salmon. Pinot Noir in general, from Burgundy, you can play with salmon. So you can play around like that. And Castier makes me, I don't know, there's something special about Castier. I like them all. All the Gevrey Chambertin Premier Cru, they're very different from each other. Clos Saint-Jacques is very feminine. Estordel Saint-Jacques, a little bit more punch. Castier, voilà. All of them are
Thank you.
Alors Grève is it's a parcel where we own a piece of it, and Grève by definition it's not the. Sometimes you can have tough corton, rustic corton, not really pleasant. Grève it's in between. There is a structure with the tannins of Grève that is quite velvety, not too aggressive. If you compare Corton Renard and Corton Grève has always that kind of finesse, and they gain even more finesse with time. But Grève, for the fun fact, when we started to do some biodynamic at Jadot in 1989, Corton Grève was the first wine producing biodynamic.
Fantastic.
We, some people start with the village appellation. Jacques Lardière said, no, we're going to start with the Grand Cru.
Oh, very nice.
Very sure about himself.
Who will be the next
winemaker?
Yeah.
It's Frédéric Barnier. Frédéric has been working for 3 years with Jacques, making wine. In 2012 is actually his first vintage. Because Jacques retired last December. But Jacques still working at the winery.
Okay.
We had to give him a consulting contract because Jacques had always worked with Jadot for 40 years. He started in 1970 when Jadot was only 50 hectares. So Jacques grew up with Jadot, and Jacques spent his life at Jadot from 7 a.m. until whatever he was going after dinner, we don't know. But he spent his whole life with Jadot, so he grew up with Jadot. And it's not easy for someone to give up what you like the most. I mean, beside the family.
How old is he?
He's 63.
63.
Yeah.
So young, ain't serious. So young.
It's a boy.
It's a boy.
But he didn't plan retirement. He didn't plan retirement very well. And it's very difficult for him because Jacques is always everywhere. And in terms of organization, Jacques is not super organized by definition because it's a kind of artist. So he likes chaos. He likes the chaos more than anything else. So for him, you can see that it's difficult to retire. So the consulting give him the possibility to come back when he wants, when he needs to taste some wine or to validate something with Frédéric.
Fantastic.
And we are very, very lucky because Frédéric and Jacques, it's like father and son.
Oh, fantastic.
And the good thing is, Jacques is not from Burgundy. Originally he's from the Atlantic coast, north of Bordeaux. And when he came to Jadot, Gaget hired him, the father, André Gaget, because he was not from Burgundy. So he can have an outsider look at Burgundy. And Frédéric is not from Burgundy, he's from Brittany. So he has also that outsider look to Burgundy.
How old is Frédéric?
He's 35.
Yeah.